everyone, welcome back to The Rolling Girls. One of my favorite times of the week. You talk about this show with Skyline.
Hello, everybody. Happy Tubes Day.
Yep, Tuesday. Whenever this comes out, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe Saturday if I get lazy. But
yeah, wow, that's not lazy. That's terminal. Dude, don't do that. That would scare me.
No, I won't do that. But this episode 4 called Dream, and I guess it's just doesn't really tell you much about the episode, but yeah, it's fine. And we're doing our top 5 moments, and I'll jump right into my top number 5 is Roomba bomb robots. It's kind of weird seeing this little Roomba they found in the beginning had like a bomb in it, and it was like going around town. I didn't realize it before first episode of this new arc. They had all these Roombas around the city, so I was like, okay, well, that's one way to disguise a bomb, but yeah, it was kind of weird just seeing that Roomba bomb thingy. And what it does later on, transforms, sort of.
it gets legs.
Mm-hmm.
It gets legs and is able to scamper about and avoid capture for at least for a moment anyway. When you get right down to it, yeah, those were supplied by those people called Takumi. And remember, they were the people that were behind the roller coaster sabotage in episode 2.
So they like explosives. That's what they're into, I guess.
Yeah,
they're
exactly. They're just
No, I was saying maybe
they solemnly swear they're up to no good.
Yeah, they're just a supplier. So like, do what you want with them, but they can't get in trouble because they just supplied it.
do something bad. We don't care.
Right. That was my number 5. What was yours?
The stones kind of act like the One Ring, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they kind of fall out of your hand. You know, she lost it because she had it like tucked up under her hat, and when she took off her hat, it kind of sprung out and got into Rickshaw's wig or hair or whatever. And then, you know, she finally recovers it, and she's running around town. Oh, I got to get back with it. And she like drops it. And it scatters around, only to be picked up by the Roombas later on. And it's just like, wow, you have a little bit of a mind of your own, don't they?
Right, they go to the person that, you know, needs it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I like that. That was pretty funny. Yeah, like you said, she had it, lost it, and then like got it again and near the end, and just like, yeah, it's a little slippery thing. It just doesn't sit still. And let's see, my number 4 coming up next is how Chihaya knows everybody. It's kind of a mystery still that she knows all these characters' nicknames, but she won't reveal the reason how she knows. So I guess it's a plot point later on they're gonna reveal later. How does Chihaya know everybody?
Yeah, because even though she changed her appearance, Noriko, the one girl that kind of quote unquote rescued them and took her over to her house with her mom and all that, knew who Yukina was.
Right.
Even though Yukina's appearance kind of changed, so you know they kind of put this thing like, oh, I can recognize you and what you looked like in the past, but you know they don't recognize Chihaya or what part she was about. So it kind of makes me wonder if she's kind of privy to secret knowledge that no one else is, if it has to do with her, you know, her taking camera pictures all the time and what exactly she is taking pictures of.
True, that's true. And what's your number 4?
This is a minor one, obsessive-compulsive painting biker disorder. Noriko's mom you put a bike in front of her, she's going to paint it. That's just all there is to it. No questions asked, no explanations given. That's just what she does.
Yep, but like that was pretty funny. Because I guess they found the bikes literally and confiscated them, and they're gonna, I guess, repurpose them. They're gonna paint them up and sell them again. I was like, damn, that's pretty dirty.
That is, you know, always commenting on it. Doesn't fool around when it comes to stuff like that. They repurpose everything.
Yeah, it's like not so much a chop shop, but they're just reselling all the stuff. So I was like, dang. Don't leave anything unattended, because it will get taken.
Exactly.
Let's see, number 3 for me, pillow fight friendship thing, where the girls kind of, you know, doing their thing. It's just funny to see them kind of maybe kick back a little bit, and they kind of like, guess, not worry about look over their shoulder every 10 minutes. So they're kind of like just kind of letting loose a little bit, and I like that. Seeing them get kind of bonding a little bit more.
Yeah, they had a lot of tension leading up to that, so they kind of needed to unwind. And what better way than doing a pillow fight?
Right. I mean, you wanted by like everyone in the city. What better way to do it? You said, well, the pillow fight. You know, gotta relax somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And what was your number 3?
Yukina's checkered past. You know, she's always traveling around. She doesn't quite know how she gets from place to place. She has that narcolepsy thing going on, even while riding a bike, and her appearance has changed. So there's something up with her character as well. In addition to Chaya's mysterious past, she has a bit of almost kind of like an alternate identity in a way, because she was described as being much more gloomy. Well, so maybe not an alternate identity, but an evolving identity when you get right down to it. But that just makes her character a little bit more crunchy, a little bit more wrinkled, a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, 'cause we saw her in an earlier picture. She had really long hair, and when the girl said she didn't recognize, like you said, didn't recognize her. So there's something weird's going on with her. I'm not sure what they're gonna do with her. And then my number 2 part would be Thunder Road's powers return. She gets, I guess, the stone and reuses it, and she goes to this cool like transformation, this almost like a cool little fight scene, I guess, between her and this robot Roomba, which is a tiny little thing. And she just goes all out with it, and eventually I think gets stuck in that afro hair, and she just has to basically destroy the things she was waiting to pay for. So she kind of had to like, oh, I have to destroy it. Like, oh no, it was kind of a hard decision.
Yeah, which is really weird, because when we first are introduced to her, her weapon, her power is unique, because it was described as being harmful to people or harmful to perpetrators, but it leaves all the stuff, all the valuable merchandise, and other people who are innocent bystanders alone. It doesn't affect them or hurt them. So it only hits who she wants to hit. So why would it, at that particular moment, not only get the bomb Roomba, but slice that rickshaw, that center of her guilt? Why would it slice that in half as well, if not just for a convenient little plot device or convenient little character moment?
Yeah, that was a little weird. I have to agree on that. Yeah. Yeah, what was your number 2?
Akihabara, also known as Thunder Road, and Noriko paying penance. Essentially, when you get right down to it, you kind of get that feeling that Thunder Road wanted to abandon that identity, go back to being Akihabara, and just kind of traipse around town. But she learns a valuable lesson in that, the fact that it still needs defenders, it still needs people to take care of business. And even though she doesn't necessarily want to be the head of the faction, she's not willing to give up at least part of the role. So she and Noriko kind of switch places. So Noriko now has to be the captain of the squad to pay off, basically, being the bomber.
Right. Yeah. So, like you said, her punishment was now you gotta be the boss. So like, she kind of got lucky, kind of got out of jail free for that one. Like, oh,
yeah,
I'm just gonna switch jobs. Like, also Thunder Road kind of gets a free way out of that too. I think she was looking for an escape out of that role for like a long time. So now it's like, oh yeah, it's a perfect opportunity to get rid of that. Now it's your job. Like, the mantle's been passed basically for her. So, and going into number 1 moment for me will probably be ending. We get like a little bit of like a road trip, and I guess Chad talks to her mom a bit and tells her mom that she's gonna be fine. She's doing something important, and kind of get this little montage of them kind of, I guess, going through, surviving on the road, camping in the woods, being together all the time. So it shows you there's a little friendship bonding, but I was a little irritated they kind of skipped. It's basically their way of skipping episodes so they can do more story, which is fine. But it was kind of like they found a gem on the way there, so they skipped the whole story in that ending thing. So I was like, it's fine, but whatever.
Well, at least it was a nice day. I mean, they kept on reminding us of that too.
Yeah,
the little song. And I looked through that. I have been just a little bit obsessive compulsive myself on Google Play, listening to the Blue Hearts right now, and I looked for that track. I searched for that track a lot, and I still can't find it. So if anyone out there in comments would like to point that out to me, I'd be much appreciated, because I'd like to hear the original.
I think it's on VOH, whatever VO, one of those websites. I'll look it up for you. But yeah, I'll find it later. And I guess your last number 1 moment would be what's yours?
It's, what, coincidentally, or interestingly, it's the same thing as it was last episode. Nozomi doesn't back down. She basically challenges Ai. He's going to say, oh, we'll go away and we'll get stronger. Well, how do you know that? Because I believe that'll happen. And Nozomi's basically like, well, I believe we'll clear our names and become innocent of all this. So, my belief is just as strong as yours. And she does put it right out there that running away will equal the fact that they're guilty.
True, that is very true.
it would make clearing the name that much difficult down the road, no matter what happens. So, I like this character. She's that fierce, cute, plucky determinator.
Yeah,
And
I like her, yeah.
I hope they continue with that. I hope that's a good character. That's a good character trait, and I like that they're doing that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Shows she's, like I said, determined and she got a very good drive. And that's, I like that point. It's pretty good. I don't think think of anything else that happened. I think we covered most of the things that happened.
Yes, we did. Just a little minor running gag of, I always having a hold of the stone and Chai having to jump up to snatch it back. I always think that's really cute.
Yeah, he's kind of just like, give it back. Like, it's mine.
Back, that's my stone. You get your own stone. That's my stone.
I guess the last thing I would mention is Chai actually giving up her stone. She, was kind of like, I don't need it anymore. And now that the quest is just collecting the stones for everyone else, she's like, you can have it. I don't want it.
Yeah, because they show that contrast between her and her mother, and they also put that thing out there. When Chai asks her mother, "Do you love collecting these stones more than you love your own daughter? You didn't even know I was gone until I was way gone, and now you're sending out a flunky to bring me back and stuff like that." So I'm thinking, she had a stone. It got all mixed up. There was an adventure about that, and at the end, she ends up relinquishing it to someone else that needs it. So is that her role? In some way, shape, or form, is that role for her to be able to basically find them, and instead of collecting them back again, basically more or less just giving them without the Twin Towers dictating terms
right,
to the people that need them the most?
Like the chosen one, she picks people who are worthy of the stones, probably. I guess that could be her job.
I hope she doesn't turn out being like a sentient stone or something like that. That would be dumb.
Anything's possible in this series. I mean, they've shown they can do anything. So it's like, I wouldn't put it past them to say maybe she was a stone that became human, like you said, or just maybe through magic or something. We don't know. But
I hope not.
But yeah, that's pretty much been the episode. And I guess we'll see you next week for episode 5.